My name is Pastor Mike Daniels. As she said, I'm with Lighthouse of Prayer, 788 North Main Street. Denver Combs is a senior pastor there. I just like to read a few scriptures and kind of touch on prayer. The situation we're in nowadays, everybody needs to learn that we can pray and God will raise us above everything that's going on in our life. In Matthew, the 7th chapter and 11th verse, it says, If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him? You know, when our kids come to us, if they want a cookie, or if they need a little bit of change to go to the store for something, we don't turn them down. And God's the same way with us. If we'll go to God with the right attitude, if we're serving God and we know who God is, we have a true relationship with God, then when we speak to God, God will answer us in a positive way. It says in Psalms, the 34th chapter and 17th verse, it says, The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth and delivereth them out of all of their troubles. I know that there's a lot of trouble right now going on, not just in the United States, but overseas. And as Christians, we all need to gather together and begin to pray for the things that's going on, that God will take a hand in what's happening and change the situation around for each and every one that's there. So we need to begin to pray and speak to God in that behalf. In Psalms 55:17, it says, Evening and morning and at noon will I pray and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. You know, Daniel prayed. It says that Daniel prayed morning, noon, and night. And what he got for his trouble of praying was they throwed him into a lion's den. But the benefit of his prayers, God saved him from that situation. God looked down upon his servant and knew what he was doing and knew what he was going through and knew the outcome before anything ever happened. The king even came to Daniel to ask him if his God had saved him. Amen. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, in a similar circumstance, was in the fiery furnace. They threw him into the fiery furnace because they wouldn't bow to the idol. And then all of a sudden, what happens? They throw him in the fiery furnace. The king looks in, and he not only sees Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, but he sees a fourth man in the fire with them. Jesus Christ was already there with them. He knew what was going to happen to them. He was there to shield them, and they came through it without even the smell of smoke upon them. And the only thing that was burned from Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was the bonds that held him. So prayer is the answer to everything. If you've got a problem in your life, prayer is the answer. Go to God and ask God. If there's an addictive nature in your life, you can go to God and request of God for him to deliver you from that. And his deliverance is sure and pat. You can take it to the bank. You can take it to wherever you think that you need to take it. But take your problems and your needs to God in prayer. And he will hear and answer your prayers. Just look to God and don't allow the people around you to dissuade you. And if you're in a church that believes God and believes that God will do what he says, then begin to pray and reach your neighbor, reach your people in your community, because that's how we can begin to do that, is in prayer. So God bless everybody today. Just reach your hands toward heaven at points and times in your life when you need something and pray, and God will answer you. God bless everybody.